Hello everybody and welcome back to Chellington Farm. So I am just finishing off the ploughing, not taking credit for this though because this whole field has been done by Courseplay. Such a fantastic mod. It took about 2 hours, I left it going for some time and yeah, it's, as you can see, almost finished. So I'm just doing the tricky bit at the end where the worker tends to struggle, although with Courseplay it probably would be okay. I'm just trying to neaten off this edge. So we'll head to the bottom and then come back up again. But yeah, I think when we have finished this field, which should be in the next 5 minutes or so, we will put this tractor onto the drill. We will get field number 1 done. Field number 1 is the one which we put the lime on in the previous episode. That was a painful job. It took the entire episode. In real time that was about 2 hours as well. Crazy. But yeah, it is now ready to have a crop put in it. I still haven't really decided which crop is going to be best. But I think this field here would be best with a root crop. I don't know exactly which root crop we should go for, but maybe something like carrots. That would be interesting. We could do onions. But yeah, carrots would be an interesting one. I'm still going to do onions in another field. But field number 1 is the tricky one. What do we put in there? I'm thinking it's going to be some kind of combinable crop, but something from the multi-fruit list. Anyway, before we do anything else, let me just finish this off. Literally just going to take a couple of minutes and then we can move on. And there we go, the mammoth task is finally over. Yes, I don't know how long it would take to plough the big field, but I would not want to do it with this plough, because clearly it takes quite a bit of time. Okay, so let's get it taken back to the yard, we'll get the drill set up. I am very conscious of the current temperature, the ground temperature. It is 3 degrees, which is really too low for most crops. It's fine for grass and alfalfa and anything like that. Clover, I would imagine. But for the combinable crops it's just too cold, and the root crops as well, at least I think it is. We shall take a look. Yeah, so clover and everything's fine. Carrots, basically the minimum is 5 for everything else, at least 5. We've got 10 for soybeans and corn. I suppose they are put in sort of mid to late spring. Right, so we will be back here very, very soon. I'm going to go the back way. Don't really fancy taking the plough up the road. But I know in this direction we still have the other machines. We have the lorry, which does need to go back to the store to pick up some more lime. And yeah, the tractor, the T4, which I absolutely love. Such a good tractor. The brake lights don't seem to work. But otherwise, yeah, it seems to be very good. Yeah, so that's all done. Finally, so pleased that is all over. We would just have to get a wider attachment for when we come to do lime again. This is so rough here. Oh, very, very rough. And yeah, I'm going to put the plough in probably the shed it came from. Makes sense. What I could do is actually get the real mud mod, put some mud there, then it'll make it even more fun. Because usually when you have all those dips, you do get the mud. Not all the time, not on a hot day, but since we've only just come out of winter, there probably would be a few puddles. Okay. Yeah, so despite not having too much money, we do have a lot of money in the assets. We've got the baler, we've got the lorry trailer, the lorry itself, and the Fendt. This is a good tractor. Okay, so there we go. Let me just... Yeah, just remember we actually own... Is it for number 36? There won't be much to do at the moment. Yeah, but eventually that can be cut because we don't have any animals at all. So it would just be wasted land. And yeah, it's not even an animal field. The animal field is that side of the hedge. So when we have something on here, it's quite steep, we can look into getting it cut and put into a silage pit, or I could put in a different crop type. As I showed you before, we could plough it up, we could put in clover, anything here, anything on the list. Wow, I've never done miscanthus before. And we have cuttable hedges, so that'll be something we'll have to look at sort of in autumn, early winter. I'm deviating again, always deviating. And we'll be able to get that going as soon as the temperature is right for what we want to do. Hopefully day 3, because yeah, we're just going to have to put a bit of a pause on that. But we have lime to do. Let's get that bag put into here, and then we will head back over to the store and we'll buy more. We should probably consider getting some seed as well. However, the seed does seem to go quite a long way, unlike the lime. Now this video has been recorded before the previous one went out, so if anybody has made any good recommendations, I won't have actually read your comments yet. But something like a placeable lime station is a good idea, if somebody ever commented that, I'm not too sure. I can't look into the future. Anyway, yeah, we'll get this spread onto the field, and then we can go from there. Put the cover over. I guess it would make sense to play at times 15 since we are trying to pass the time. Something which I'm sure many of my viewers have noticed. I will say something and then go straight back on it again. It's me thinking out loud. Okay, let's get that going. We do need to analyse the field. This is actually a job that a worker could do, but I just feel we shouldn't make a worker do it because it'll probably cause issues. And I would prefer the worker to be on the drill. Now it's going to consume this very, very quickly. I would hope to make one lap of the field, but I don't know, I can't be sure. The other question is, how many bags do we buy? Because it does not go far. We don't have that much money left. I'm thinking 8, but that is probably too much. But at least then we wouldn't have to go back to the store again. It only takes 3 to fill this, so it's only like 2.5. Well, 2 2/3. Okay, right, almost back at the field. We have got the 8, which I mentioned before. We still have £9,602, so it's not too bad. And it's almost, well, it's dusk, just gone 5. So once we have done this, we're going to rest, and then in the morning, hopefully, we'll have the Fendt going. Anyway, my plan for this series now is to do 2 episodes a week. Been having a good think about it. I think if I do survival trucking in the morning, still on a Wednesday, and then at normal time, like 3 PM on a Wednesday, would do Chellington. Yes, that's not going to work, is it? I'm going to have to back into the hedge. Right, let's pull forward. Yeah, so that's my way of doing 2 episodes a week. It's not 100% guaranteed. It is for a Saturday, but because it is twice a week and 2 episodes on a Wednesday, it makes it harder. So, yeah, can't guarantee the Wednesday episode. As I promised in the previous episode, we are just going to do this lime spreading extremely quickly, because the previous episode was nothing but lime spreading. So, time-lapsing is the way to do that. We'll just get it loaded up, and then we'll see how long it takes. We'll see how many bags we consume. It's totally empty at the moment, so yeah, the rest of the field has to be done with what we've got. If we have to buy more, we can do, but yeah, I don't want to be. As for the seed, didn't buy the seed because I just don't know how much we have. I probably should have looked, but it's fine because yeah, it doesn't get through it like the lime. The amount of lime that we need is crazy. So I will get 2 more picked up. It will take 1 more. I'm going to drop them. Okay, yes, got away with it. It'll probably take 50% of each one. Oh no, it's only taking... Oh no, it's doing both. That's fine. So if I leave that just sort of boomed out over here, not the safest thing to be doing, but it will just speed things up when we need to refill again. And I keep meaning to check the pH map just to make sure we actually do need to be doing this. I think we do. You can see our soil types. Quite a consistent layer of the silty clay. The yield we'll find out when we harvest. Nitrogen we haven't done yet, that's fertilising. And the pH, yes, you can see where we've been. Very different to where we haven't been, so it does need to be done. Okay, right, let's crack on. Well, there we go. We have just got this little triangle left. I have 1% in the spreader, but we do still have 2 bags on the trailer. So I think if I just go and get them picked up, and we'll put 1 into here, then we can at least complete it. It seems crazy, but yeah. I know that if I leave that little triangle, it's going to make quite a few people upset because, well, quite rightly, I'm not finishing the job that I have set out to do. So, yep, I'm going to put the time back to times 15, get things moving. No temperature changes. Nothing has changed at all in the time that I've been working. So hopefully overnight we're going to have quite a few developments. Maybe if it's a mild night, then the temperature of the soil will increase. Just want one of these. Good. We don't even have to put it all in. We could keep some in the bag. How much does it need? Hardly anything. I think that will do it. Seems a bit crazy. But we must get it finished properly. So I will see you over at the triangle. Oh yeah, that's plenty. That's 500 litres. I've just looked at the temperatures for tomorrow and it's looking very promising. It starts off very similar to today, but sort of lunchtime onwards, some really good temperature, like 15 Celsius. So that is going to really boost the ground temperature as well. Okay, so I'm going to put the cover over on that and we'll turn the crop sensor off, fold it up, lift it up, and we'll head back to the yard. Yeah, very dark now. Is that... Oh, I was thinking for a second there that the lights on the JCB were reflecting on the red lorry and casting this red sort of shadow on the tree. But no, it must just be the brake lights on the JCB. That would have been intelligent lighting. Yeah, I don't mean shadow, I mean reflection. We can party now because all the lime spreading is done. Oh, it's quite red back here too. Right, where's my turning? Don't want to miss it. This tractor is going to need some diesel, which we can do in the morning. Where is the turning? Everything always feels so different at night. Ah, here we go. Now I'm off the main road. I will put the main lights on. We can see what we're doing. Kind of. I think the farm actually has some lights. Let's just get some lights switched on here. Okay. That's better. We probably have quite a few lights dotted around the yard. Now that'll do. Better than nothing. There we go. And I'm going to get the lorry and the JCB back. Put a strap over that. Okay, so the Iveco doesn't actually have any lights on the back, so I can't even see the JCB, but it is back there. You can see me better than the JCB. Yeah, quite an old lorry, so it's not really kitted out with many work lights. Lovely interior. It is very well done. I suppose it would be quite unusual to have a rear work light on one of these. I don't know. Would there be custom fit? Almost spooky driving through the trees at night. And still no temperature changes. We have the bumpy and bouncy area just up here somewhere. I know when I've hit it. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. Not quite as bad in the lorry. The tractors really feel it. I can see the JCB on the back in the mirror. It's definitely still there. That's always good. We will check and make sure everything's okay once we get back in the yard. This is also full beam, main beam. I've got these are the standard road lights, and then we've got those as well. Yeah, we should really have dipped headlights. Okay, right, so where do we go with this? I'm thinking just swing around here into the shed. We have the combine harvester. Yeah, we'll just park here. And there we go. All is well. Okay then, see you in the morning. Ah, what a lovely day. So, yeah, I've been stood there all night. My legs don't ache at all. We need to get into the field. The temperature is 6 degrees. This is good. I'm pleased that I waited. It probably wouldn't have made a difference. I think it would have still germinated, but yeah, you just run the risk of having an issue. So what do we go for? We're not really limited to much anymore. So our options are linseed, rye, triticale, spelt, and then I think, yeah, the others I'm not really looking to do in this field. So the one which sort of came to mind there with linseed, I will just make sure everything's okay for linseed. Where is it? There it is, 5 degrees, yeah, that's fine. We would also harvest it quite early. Linseed it is. I will also check the prices for linseed when it comes to, well, for when it comes to, I've still got a pallet of seed up here, look, bouncing around. Yes, we actually do have a full seed drill. Yeah, so obviously when I check the prices in a second, it's not really going to reflect the prices for when we come to sell it, but it will give us a bit of an idea. So, oh yes, the pH, looking good. Yeah, you can see when I'm doing it, it looks like I'm missing bits, but really, not at all. Yes, the prices. It's about £1,000, potentially more, because that's coming down, that's going up. I think we can live with that. That's fine. Because it's also to do with trying out new things instead of just doing the same thing over and over again. Don't want to keep doing wheat and barley. Should be able to get the course play to work. Hopefully, it's going to mean setting things up, fertilise and seeding, course generation. Yeah, for number 1, 3 times around the headland. We want to do, what do we want to do? Smooth or turn? Try smooth. Generate the course, and this is going to be quite amazing. Oh, it's going to do it that way. Interesting. Yeah, so it's going to give us a time remaining. Oh, is that going to take? Is it going to take it from the seed drill, or is it going to take it from my bank account? Ah, look at all this. Off, 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 and off. That should be fine. Yep, that is all good. So we drive the course again, and we will see the time remaining, 1 hour and 10 minutes, so not too bad when you consider the size of the field. It took me much more than that to do the lime. The linseed level is still not going down. Does that mean it's taking it from the pallet? I really don't know. That is a mystery. Is it working? Is it actually putting a crop in? No. Okay. Spelt isn't working either. It did go to 99%, but it's not actually working on the field. Okay, not even wheat is working. So what I'm going to do is try the other field, the one which we've just ploughed, and if that works, then maybe this field wants to be ploughed as well, despite it being a direct drill. I mean, I don't think it should be an issue, but yeah, I don't know. All we can do is try. Our alfalfa has started to grow. That is a good sign. Yeah, the fact that wheat doesn't do anything really makes me think that it's just the field itself. It needs more cultivation, maybe. Yeah, it's not going to fit through the gate. Okay. Yes, that is working. Okay, so it looks like field number 1 might need to be cultivated, ploughed, potentially. Please do let me know your opinion on that, your suggestions. I'd love to hear from you. Yeah, clearly direct drills work slightly differently here. But that is fine. We can just do this field instead. Not an issue. The issue is going to be cultivating it. Yeah, maybe I can just get a big disc harrow or something, if that is the case. So let's get that course set up in this field instead. Field number 3. Same things apply. Generate the course, and it really shouldn't take long here. Once it gets going, 33 minutes and 42 seconds. Not bad. Yep, and that all seems to be working without any problems at all. I'll check the map. Yep, that's good. Got LINSEED. Perfect. Okay, so field 3 had quite a bit of work put into it. So was field number 1, but not with the cultivation. Field 1 has always been interesting because it's never really had a status. There's no growth status. Like these all say ploughed, and there's cultivated ones over here. Field 1 never shows anything. Same with 6 and 7 actually. But I'm sure there is a very logical explanation. So, what do we do? Do we start cultivation work? I could just leave the T4 going for, well, forever. Obviously the T4 can't do ploughing, not with the 5 furrow, but it can do a bit of harrowing, something like that. I'll take a look and see what we've got. I would love to get that mower attached to this and start doing a bit of mowing, but it's just not the right time of year yet. Soon, but not yet. Would still be interesting to go and take a look at those fields, and this tractor really needs to be washed. Oh, and whilst it's fresh in my mind, I will refuel it. Just over here. It's going to cost a bit. Yeah, so I guess this is just how farming works. We're going to go throughout the entire winter and spring making no money at all and spending loads, and then when harvest comes we're going to have this massive lump sum of money coming in. So it looks tricky at the moment. Financially we're not doing great, but that will all change. Is there a pressure washer? There might be. Well, I'll just check here. I can't see one, but we do have the plough, we've got the mower, no cultivator, but that could be rented. Okay, so yeah, it does seem like a crazy idea putting the T4 on a cultivator, but since the other one is tied up at the moment, we could just make a start and then the Fendt could take over afterwards. And using the money we make from harvest, we will be buying some cows and some sheep. Actually, look at this. It's looking good. We have much more grass than I was expecting. Ah, brilliant. We can do some mowing. But the question is, what do we do with it? Do we put it into the pit and ferment it? I think that would probably be the logical thing to do at this stage. Lovely day. Beautiful day. Look at this. Yes, and that way we don't have to put any kind of cultivation equipment onto the T4. We can just do that once the Fendt has been freed up. So yeah, I'll make a start on the on the mowing. I don't know how much we're going to get done. Hopefully this tractor can power it. Front weight might be useful. Yeah, if we can make a start, then I think that's a good step in the right direction. Now that we're doing 2 episodes a week, I'm not really in so much of a rush to just get tons and tons and tons of stuff done in 1 episode. Well, not that we do, but you know, I sort of feel that I have to rush to do that. Don't want to feel like I'm rushing. So, how do we get to that field? I think if we go down here, left of the shed, we should find a way in. Yeah, I think if we go maybe up the road. We have all this grass as well, which we might as well cut and use it. Maybe we should do that first. Yeah, we'll do that today. Next time we can cut the rest. Because since the cows aren't here to munch away at it, it is really just wasted. It's working. We probably aren't getting much grass out of it because it is just such fresh grass. But it's something. Now, as you'll probably know, we are using Maize Plus. I don't know if that changes anything with the way that I have to do things, but would I be right in saying that all I have to do is cut it, row it, and then pick it up, put it into a silage pit, and everything will be fine? Or has Maize Plus changed something? I've never used Maize Plus before, so I really don't know. Low trees, hopefully we don't get stuck on them, and quite a steep field as well. But this very capable tractor is battling on. Oh, it's good. Look at the way it's not even attempting to stop on the hill. We will get closer to the hedges, but we'll just do a full lap first of all. Oh, it is a lovely day. Seasons is fantastic, isn't it? It just makes everything look so good. We're going so fast, I keep thinking the tractor's not actually mowing. You mighty thing. Yeah, so like I said, I'm not really showing the drilling. It's something we've done so many times before. So is mowing, but drilling just isn't, to me at least, that riveting. Yeah, love mowing. We'll leave the worker to do the more repetitive sort of jobs. Okay, yeah, so it is a big field. This is a lot of grass that could have been overlooked. I won't get too close to the water trough. Anyway, yeah, let me just time lapse a bit here, see how much I can get done in 10 minutes, and we'll go from there. That is lap number 1 completed. Well, it's getting there. Looking quite good. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's too much grass, but you just wouldn't expect too much grass so early in the year. But eventually, we might be able to get a substantial amount out of this. Several cuts, but it is, at the end of the day, just the sort of pasture area around the cow. So it's not our prime grassland. The field behind is. We want to make sure we have plenty of fertiliser put onto there. But I'm just going to finish off. It is very steep at the top, so I don't know how it's going to be when it comes to picking it up. We might be getting stuck. Well, more likely it just won't pick it up. But I think, yeah, the majority of this field is going to be fine. I'm quite pleased. I didn't think we would actually get onto this today. I thought we'd still be messing around with the line after that performance in the previous episode. I don't think I'll ever forget that. I just can't believe how long it took. I don't know if there are any options to make the working width any wider on that spreader. I know it said design, and then there was like 2 designs. I couldn't tell the difference between them. It didn't seem to increase the working width. I might be wrong, but it's done now. Finally, it is done. I don't know how often we have to do it. Hopefully we don't have to spread lime again in those particular fields. Okay, so that is the majority of this done. I'm just going to go in the opposite direction around the headland, just to get a bit closer to the hedges. No point doing it here, there's too many trees. It's more down the far side over there. Yeah, no point doing it here. Just finish that piece off there. Yeah, so it's from here to the gate. It's not going to give us much more, but it's just a little bit extra. I don't want to be in the hedge. Anyway, yes, we're going to be wrapping this video up in just a minute or two. As I said, progress has been good. We will go back over to the Fendt just to see how it's getting on. I would imagine it's like 10 minutes from completion. Might be surprised, might have hit the gate, it might be doing nothing. That's what the plough did. In fact, did I leave the gate open? Oh no. If I did, it might have done nothing. No, it's in the middle of the field. That's a relief. Right, okay. So here we are back at the entrance. That will be fine. Okay. Go and pop this back in the shed. Again though, the T4 has just performed so well. I'm happy that I did this instead of cultivation work. I think it would have struggled. Not to mention how long it would have taken. It would have probably said time remaining 5 hours. Does it have to unfold? Oh, we'll just keep it attached. And that needs a wash. So we do need to invest in a pressure washer. We don't have one yet, but maybe it can rain. That might rinse it. Okay, so what's it doing? Missing bits? Did I set it wrong? What's it doing? It doesn't seem to be missing bits. Just looks like it is. Yeah, there's no gaps. Okay, well that's good. We'll leave it there. It's got 18 minutes and 55 seconds left. No point sitting through that. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, see you again soon. Bye for now.